if you look at it within the context, the global context of what's happening in the world now, there's a lot of focus first of all on sustainability. And especially this year, which is the United Nations International Year on Small Island Developing States, there's a lot of focus on islands. So now is the time for islands, irrespective of their political status, to step up and be counted. And especially with the 2015 Development Agenda approaching, the Sustainable Development Goals approaching, there's the global debate, the discussion on oceans approaching, islands, all islands have to step up and stake their claim in all these debates so that they remain relevant, especially in post-2015 as we continue with the discussion on sustainable development, oceans and the like. Definitely. It's all summarized in the Aloha Plus Challenge. There's a lot happening in Hawaii that I think islands around the world, irrespective of, not just in the Pacific, in the Indian Ocean, in the Caribbean, in the Atlantic, can learn from or use for inspiration. All islands face similar challenges, whether it's in sea level rise and climate change, whether it's development. It doesn't matter for food security, water security, energy. Energy is a global issue. And we all face similar challenges. We do not necessarily approach the solutions in the right way. We do not necessarily have the same solutions, but we all seem to think alike. That's one thing you'll find. Put a bunch of islanders in the room, you'll find a lot of people who think alike. And I think Hawaii, as amongst the more developed of the islands around the world, has lessons learned, has innovative ideas, has a thinking that it can share with islands around the world, including island states and island territories, that I think this is the time for Hawaii to step forward. That was my challenge when I came last year. It's time for Hawaii to step up and step forward. And did they step up and step forward with the Aloha Plus Challenge. I mean, that is something that they should share. I think if Hawaiians feel that they have some sort of kinship, some sort of responsibility towards islanders around the world, then I would say they have a responsibility to share this with the rest of the world and let the others decide what they can use from it, if there's anything they find useful. But having been involved with this when Aloha Plus Challenge was still a conversation, I know that there's a lot in the Aloha Plus Challenge that a lot of islands would be interested in. You know, the interesting thing from what I'm saying is I'm not talking about this from a political point of view. I'm neither a Democrat nor a Republican. I'm an islander. And I find that these are island issues which are over and above politics as such. These are issues of sustainability. In some islands in the Pacific and Indian Ocean, it's a question of survival. It's not a question of which party you belong to. These are issues that all islands have to face. Of course, when other islands look at the Aloha Plus Challenge and make decisions as to whether they're going to borrow from it, of course it's a political decision. But I don't think the issues themselves, the challenges, sea level rise is not political. It's a threat to all of us. Degrading coral reefs is not political. It's a threat. How you respond to it may be political. But with the Aloha Plus Challenge, it's ideas that people, stakeholders, it's not coming top down. It's people, leaders from all parts of the community, from government, from civil society, from schools, from the farmers, from the fishers, all coming with their ideas and saying, this is how we think we should address this issue. And so Aloha Plus Challenge can also inspire other islands into the process that went into it. Not all islands are that good in getting all the stakeholders around the table. Some island territories and countries, you have very strong governments that tend to have a top-down issue. It's up to them to decide how to do it, but it's the process of how you got to the Aloha Plus Challenge as well as the content and the substantive part of it. GLISPA is a partnership of islands irrespective of political status and of countries with islands. That is, for example, some of the strong supporters of GLISPA have been Italy as a country with islands, the United States as a country with islands. And it allows people who are interested in island issues, especially from a conservation point of view, and increasingly from looking at conservation as part of the solution to sustainable development and the challenges we're facing, rather than as a barrier or hindrance. And it's a unique place where all these people can come together and share ideas onto how we think islands can face up to these daunting challenges that all islands face in the world today. So GLISPA has been a platform that people have used, and it was, for example, the Hawaii Green Growth Initiative was part of GLISPA before Aloha Plus and the governor came on board. But when I came last year to challenge the governor, it was as GLISPA. It was the Hawaii Green Growth people in GLISPA who said you should come and talk to the Hawaiians about what you're talking about, and sort of entice them out. And I always say, islanders are fishermen. It's all about finding the right bait to hook someone, and I think we've done it this time. If you're an islander, how can you not be hooked? It was always there. What you needed is someone maybe to prod it out of you, to tickle it out of you. But I think if you're an islander interested in island issues and concerned about your islands, it's always there. And when you come out and start working, then you're surprised at how much it was in you.